Never.
King in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
I don't recognize this place. Where are we? Where is she? It feels wrong. Where are we now? Burial mound. So strange that we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary, inevitable. It's as if we conspire to hide death, because we have no answer for it. But when it comes, and forces itself onto our friends or loved ones, then comes the reckoning.
Senua, you remind me of a story that the Northmen tell about a young woman warrior. Her name is Hervor, the daughter of a berserker born after he was killed. She's a wild, willful child who teaches herself to fight with weapons. When she learns where her father is buried, her only desire is to reclaim the treasure buried with him, but above all, the sword, Tyrving.
Dillian, I'm here. I'm here for the trials. Like when we first met, remember? I'll find him.
What's that? Did you hear that? Nothing. Was that voices? Is that his voice or the voice of the dead? Not Dillian.
Dillian's calling to you. Can you hear him?
Where is he?
He sounds like he's getting further away.
Have you lost him?
You're going the wrong way.
Are you lost and have you lost
Herver
him?
disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors, and soon becomes their leader. When they come to the island where her father is buried, her men do not want to go ashore. They say that evil haunts the island, and that it is a worse place by day than other places are by night. Fearless, she lands alone. There are many grave mounds, and all of them have ghostly flames burning over them. She comes to the grave mound of her father after passing through these ghostly fires, as though they were mist. The flames I passed through were real enough. Damn the Northmen to hell.
Don't touch the walls.
You don't know what they might do.
Turn back.
She has to keep going.
It's not safe here.
She has to keep going.
If you go down there, no one can save you.
It's too scary.
I can hear him.
Within the burial mound, Herver calls on her father to wake from death and bring her his sword. She says that it is not seemly for the dead in their grave mounds to bear valuable weapons. Her father answers with words of warning. You go to your doom. Baleful runes surround you. You have gone mad. You have lost your mind. Your thoughts are confused. It is dangerous to wake the dead. Like I said, she reminds me of you.
Find another way. It's not working.
You have to use your mind. Where can you go?
You're failing. Find another way.
Think. Focus. Use your mind.
He's disappeared. You need to slip through your fingers once again.
Think clearly. You have to find another way. There
another
has to
way.
be another way.
The voice is getting louder. Listen.
Dillian. Listen. It's him. Listen.
Hello?
It's getting louder.
There he is. Keep going.
Send will follow the voice.
You're nearly there.
Dillian's voice.
It's him. He's going to save you.
Find the voice.
Find him. You don't recognize it.
Don't doubt yourself. You'll never find it.
She doesn't recognize it.
Yes,
it's not him, it can't be.
Is that so? The voice is changing.
That's not Dillian.
Herver ignores her father's warnings. The grave mound opens, and it seems to be full of fire. Again, Herver demands her inheritance, but her father warns her that the sword is cursed and would be the bane of her family. But he relents and brings her the sword. She leaves the island with it, but the curse holds true, and death would follow in the years to come. And so, Senua, the misdeeds of a father have cursed his daughter.
It's not Dillian. Dillian wants me to face my fears. Father? I'm leaving. I've decided. I think it will be good for me.
Hello.
It's the darkness. It's speaking through
No,
you.
Dad, it's me. I think I can beat it. In my own way.
I can see the darkness in your eyes, child.
I met a boy.
Boy.
The chief himself.
No.
He said he could help me.
It's a trick.
He said I could be normal.
Normal?
Yes.
No boy is going to save you. No one can. When they see the rot growing inside you,
No.
they will turn their back on you. The gods can only fix you through my hand. You're going nowhere.
No.
You will not defy the gods. Come, child, take my hand. Come. Senua.
I am leaving!
You cannot escape the darkness. Your curse will make everyone suffer. You will have blood on your hands!
Killing you would be too easy. They're taking your memories to torture you. They're taking them inside. You're disappearing one memory at a time. Every time you remember, it disappears. They're going to take everything. They're not to take it.
The memories were yours, but they're the gods now.
Nothing is yours anymore. Aliens disappearing with your memories.
Northmen say that their Allfather, Odin, gave his eye in exchange for a drink from Mimir's well, the Well of Wisdom. In blindness there can be wisdom. Only by giving can you receive in return. For this reason, I give my life and pass on my stories of the Northmen to you, Senua.
Where am I? I can't see. Who's there?
Can you hear me? I'm right here. Can't you see me?
No. Help me.
Breathe slow.
It's the darkness.
Stay still. Empty your thoughts. Tell me what you feel.
The breeze.
Good. Then there is a way out.
I can't tell where it comes from.
Yes, you can.
The others. The voices. They've gone.
I'm still here.
It's so quiet. So dark.
It's okay. Listen to your own breath. Feel it rise and fall. Good. Be aware of everything you hear and feel. Let your senses guide you.
I can't go on. Lillian?
Find a way. I'm not leaving you here.
I think I'm somewhere else now. The breeze has gone.
Use all of your senses. Let the world speak to you. What do you hear?
I hear water.
Go to it.
Reach the water.
Good. That's your way out. Follow me down the street.
I'm so sorry. I thought I left this all behind.
Don't be sorry. It's not your fault.
He was right. It's inside of me. It won't let me go.
Senua. My father. He taught me the hardest battles are fought in the mind, not the soul. I'm no coward. Prove that to me in your warrior trial. This is just another battle. You can beat it.
This isn't your death. You don't have to help me.
I want to. Besides, you are going to be a great warrior one day.
I'm on the final shard. So I'm pretty close to getting that sword. Pika pika.
There's an altar. I can't go on this way.
Then look for another way and tell me what you find.
There is a house.
Man, I hate not being able to see.
I don't know what's inside.
Don't be afraid.
Dillian, there's something in here.
Do you see it?
You can hear me, right?
And it cannot see you. Quietly move up. One step.
It's not following me.
Leave it behind and keep moving forwards.
The heck are those things moving around? Nothing. What's going on with you? Can you hear me?
I think I'm in a house. It stinks of death.
The darkness is testing you. You are in control.
Oh, okay. Okay. Then not much is going on.
There's a well.
What's going on with you?
Don't turn back. You're getting close.
Oh. It was further than I thought.
Dillian. Help me.
Yes.
Phew, I made it.
I can see you too.
Just two
Spend
senses.
hours, days even, trapped within herself, in the dark.
You see me?
Michigan slasher? Oh, we have one?
Yes.
Who was it?
Your eyes were open, but you were gone.
And when it finally let her go, she could be anywhere, with no memory of how she got there.
When it comes to me, I have no power over it.
But here, for the first time, someone was there to help.
The Michigan slasher.
You brought me back.
You found your own way back. All you needed was a little help. A little hope.
With grammar reforged, you will have Odin's blessing to walk, a goddess, into the halls of Helheim and challenge Hela as an equal.
So
All
Dillian
right.
was helping me. And the
Time
sword
to
will
get
lead
that
me to
sword.
him. Like when we first met.
So who's the Michigan slasher? Who? Alright, here we go. Alright.
Dillian gave her the strength to pass the warrior trials, and she saw a way out. To leave her past behind, and become a warrior in Dillian's clan.
The sword is tainted by the gods of darkness. Leave it.
He left it here. He wants me to take it.
You will pay a price for this.
But years later, with Zinbal's parting words still haunting her, the darkness came back with a vengeance.
Elias.
The plague.
Dillian?
Everyone suffered.
My father was not supposed to die like this.
At the airport. Yeah, weird, I never heard of this.
Dillian.
Do you see it clearly now, Senua? The suffering you've caused.
This is your fault. You brought this plague to us. You have blood on your hands.
They're coming for you now.
They're coming.
They're coming to get
Ooh,
you.
wee.
Hold your head.
Alright.
Hold it. Hold the heavy strike. Hold your head. Release the She's coming. She's focus. Focus is coming back. Finish this. End it now. Now. You're stronger than him. Focus. She's so weak. She's so weak. They can see you're weak. There's nowhere to run to. There's
In the sea of corpses, the corpse waved through itself over the ones I loved. The ship broke up under them. The ship that had sailed from the land of shining fields. Their memorial stone is sacred.
Wow.
Come not here in the sun. Come not with a sword. Come not
Sounds like
crying
Ted
over a
Bundy or
naked
something.
corpse. Come not with disturbed mind.
What the hell? Get me out of here.
Is there any escape?
Do you hear the suffering, Senua? Does your precious gift of sight let you see the souls that rot here in this sea of corpses? Do you feel the blood running cold on your skin? Do you hear their endless cries? Do you smell their putrid wounds? They were once brothers, sisters, and loved ones. And look at what you have done to them. All because you were a coward, because you ran from your curse instead of facing it. When you turned your back on your father, Zinbo, you turned your back on the gods and let the darkness wreak havoc on your people. Why must they pay for your heresy?
She finished him!
Whew. These guys are getting tough.
Who is it? Galena.
Where are you?
You staying at home forever?
Do you hear the voice of your mother, Galena? She calls for you, Senua. Go to her. Answer her pitiful call.
Darkness took her life, and it will take yours. It's taking.
Mother! I need you! Help me!
You're dead. You both surrendered to the
Your
voices.
dear beloved was powerless against the darkness when it came for her. She too had a sight. She too doubted the gods and let the darkness infest her. But she didn't run. She escaped the illusion. Now she gave her life to the gods.
If only you had done the same, the world would have been spared this horror.
It's not too late. She's calling for you. Why don't you join her?
Defend yourself. Nobody cares. He's down. Finish him. Must remember, she can
Oh, more?
Why do you still fight on? Maybe you too should suffer with your brethren in this rot and let your blood seep into the seas of the rivers of hell. Isn't that what you deserve after all you've done? Give the darkness what it wants and let it swallow your soul and destroy all that you are. Why are you fighting for someone who's already dead? Just look around you. What hope is there for him, even if his soul could be rescued? Do you think he'll thank you for what you've done to him, to his friends, to his father?
That was a lot. What the heck? Just live online? Never go out in the real world again?
You're both dead. You both surrendered to the voices. The darkness has taken you. Galena and Senwa. Galena and Senwa. You are lost. There's nothing you can do. You're dead. You're both dead. Mother and daughter dead in the sea of corpses. The voices took her and they'll take you too. The voices have taken her. The voices will take you.
I can't fight it anymore. Not on my own. Where are you, Mother? I want to be with you.
That night, she gave up on her world to follow in the footsteps of her mother. To go to a place where the darkness couldn't reach her.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
Senua. Look at me.
Do you hear them?
You hear me drinking? Wow, the microphone on this must be really sensitive.
We've lost so many. And I've lost my father. I can't lose you.
You said it. I have blood on my hands.
I didn't say that. You've done nothing wrong.
Symbol was right. Everyone will suffer.
Zimbel is a fake. He is a hateful, bitter liar. He's poison. And his words still haunt you. Who do you trust? Him? Or me? Do you still believe in me, Senua? In us?
I'm the Lizard King. I can see everything.
Come back to me. Please. Don't let this darkness come between us.
The hardest battles are fought in the mind. He gave her the sword with which to fight in more ways than one. And she gave him her word, never to surrender. All she needed was a little help. A little hope.
Time to take Hela, maybe. The voices are back.
I'm here to help you. Senua. We're back. We found her. We found you. We thought we lost her. Where have you been? Here she is. Don't worry. We're here to help you. You don't have to do this on your own anymore. You need We're here to help you. You need us. So worried. Silence is lonely. I didn't know where you'd gone. We're here to help you. Don't worry. You can trust us. There's a way in.
Into the mountain.
Can you see it?
Shall we tell her where to go?
It's not far. Go on. Look up. Just up there. Listen to us. Shall we tell her where to go? Shall we?
Does she know which way to look? Does she know her way into the mountain?
She's a good girl, isn't she? Look up. So clever. Did you miss us? Oh, she did. She did. She's so clever. Go on. Go up. Go up.
Yeah, he's in a good mood. If I had voices in my head, I guess I'd want them to be nice ones. Really? You can't climb up that? Weakling. Oh, there we go.
There's a door.
You can do it. You can see it. Come on, Senua.
Go away. I'm not listening.
Or maybe just a kick in the behind.
I will tell you of a great hero named Sigurd, son of Sigmund, no less.
Sigurd.
Born after his father's death, Sigurd is cared for by the dwarf Rain. But Rain does not love the boy. Instead, He plans to use him for his own ends. You see, Rain's father possessed a great treasure given to him by the gods. But Rain's brother, Fafnir,
right.
killed his father
Like KYS,
and
I
took
tell
the
you.
gold all for himself.
That was so funny.
Fafnir hid the treasure out on a heath and could not leave it. And from the evil in his heart, he turned into a dark creature, a dragon.
She can feel it. No. Don't open the door.
No, go in. Don't
Turn back. What's in there?
A great beast guards Helheim. Garm is its name, and it knows you are here, Senua. It can smell your stink. What are you afraid of, Senua? How will you save Dillion if you are too much of a coward to step into the shadow?
They can't stop me.
Then do it! The beast is stalking you from the shadows. Your sword is useless here.
That's not good. I love you. Bye. Yeah, that guy was such a troll. That was pretty funny though. Fast free. Okay, I made it.
Don't be fooled. The beast is still here. No.
Something about Sackboy.
It's a trick.
Mother, do you hear that?
Don't fall for it.
It's me, Senua. It's so loud.
It's not her.
So full of hate.
It's a trap.
I just want to help them. Tell me what to do. Your father wants them to go away. And he only hurts me to silence them. But he's gone now.
They always come back. He says I will die if I go with them. They say that I'm already dead.
No,
They want me with them.
Stop!
That's why they crawl through the walls.
Don't listen
Do you
to them.
see them?
Do you see their faces? He's coming. Senua, help me! No, get me out of here! Don't go!
Where has she gone? She's disappeared again.
She shouldn't be here. She escaped the darkness. She took her own life to escape it.
She can't remember when it started. When her mother lost her smile. Her eyes gazing past her towards a world she could not see. This is what happens if you reach for the underworld, he said. It was a lot to take in for a child. And the first time she felt the cold chill of fear. I don't talk much about her father.
Up or down?
Sinbel. I suppose I just didn't want to risk upsetting her. But it doesn't matter now, does it?
Kinda rare to see actual footage of real people combined in the same screen with the game. If that makes sense. Not really. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Guess I'll go down. Hell it is.
The beast has been here. She'll have to go under. She can't. She has to. She can't. The torch will go out.
Oh gosh.
She'll go out.
No.
She has to go and go.
Okay, there's light down there.
Don't listen. She can do it.
Go. Go, go, go.
The light's gone out. Run! Get through it as quick as you can. The panic is here.
What did you have them on? I'm running.
Stop. Stay there. You have to rest here on the side. Next light. Slowly run. Look. Fire.
Oh, torch. A torch. Alright. Whew, made it.
Take it. It'll keep you safe. She can find it. The light. Where is it? The light will guide you.
Rain the dwarf's sole desire is to possess this dragon's accursed treasure, and he uses Sigurd to reclaim it. He tells Sigurd the story of Fafnir's gold, and the good-hearted hero promises to slay the dragon if Rain would forge a strong sword for him. Sigurd remembers that his father once possessed a sword given to him by Odin. Odin broke the sword to bring about Sigmund's death,
Oh, yeah, that
but
is
Sigurd's
pretty
mother still has the pieces. And so Rain reforges the famous sword. Sigurd uses the sword first to avenge his father, and then he and Rain go in search of Fafnir.
Holy shit, what was that?
Can you feel them? Can you see them? Where are they? She can't see them. She doesn't know. Use your eyes. Where is it?
It's right there.
What are you waiting for? Come on, why are you waiting? You do it. Go.
I haven't activated the rune yet, that's why.
The dragon Fafnir is so large and deadly that it would be impossible to kill him face to face. But each day, Fafnir crawls across the heath to find water. So Sigurd digs a pit in the dragon's path and lies in wait in it. When Fafnir slithers overhead, Sigurd sinks his sword into the dragon up to the hilt. Sigurd leaps from the pit, and Fafnir sees his killer. He warns Sigurd that the treasure will lead to his death, as it led to the death of all who owned it. Sigurd replies that death comes to all men, and every man would want to be wealthy until that day. And he takes the treasure.
There we go. Now let's go grab that symbol real quick. Oh, it's pretty awesome, man. I like it. I like it. There we go. There's the first one. Now I gotta find 2. Have you played this game?
They're meaningless. What have you collected when there's nothing behind the door? Say it, Dillian. This is just another trick. Just another trick. Just to distract her from her real mission. You think you know, but you don't. Your mother is not going to anything, is she? Dillian is dead. He's going to say Dillian.
Alright, I've lit all the torches. She's lighting the torch. Do you think you can keep away from the lights? Send me an answer. Hell.
She's going to die. She needs to focus. Watch out! Focus now! Watch and move.
There it is.
She has it. She did it. She's done it. Well
One more.
This place. It reminds her of the isolating, suffocating darkness that she lived through as a young girl. Imprisoned in her room at night, the faces in the dark, coming through the walls. She once thought everyone could see them. I mean, that's what children say all the time, isn't it? That there are monsters in the dark. By the time she realized that only she could see them, her father, Zinbel, could see the monster in her.
Her torch is going out. No, it's not. She hasn't got much time. It's going to burn out. She's too slow. It's not to burn out. The darkness will come again. Right. Stay right up.
Wait, what?
Crawling into your mind, searching for weakness. It found your mother and used her to trap you in here.
Did you see her die? I don't remember. I was only 5. They told me she escaped the darkness, that she's with the gods. But what if they lied? What if the darkness took her and trapped her here?
She can get her mother out. The dust sticks. Where is it?
It's a trap. The beast is coming. Stupid thing.
Holy crap. Run.
never bring his soul back. His fate is sealed. Now it can see you at your weakest. The time you suffered as a child at the hands of your father Zindo while you pined for Dillion. Do you remember that darkness, Senua?
We lost the head.
The beast is bringing it back.
Mother, why did you leave me? This darkness, it's spreading. Father's keeping me away from the others. I won't give up. I'm not going to rot in here. I'm going to find Dillion.
That's right, never give up. Okay, I give up. Great big ones. You got big cojones. Oh crap, run. I'm lost. I can't see. Whoops. I guess I died. Oh, grass, and the rot is growing up my arm. Yeah, it was. Freaked me out. Oh, there's a torch. Dirt. Ah, boy.
The beast is down there. She knows the beast is down there. She's going towards. He's always. Where are you watching you? The beast is there. You're never safe from him. You go. She needs to find it. She needs to find it. She's lost it and she has to find it. I can feel it. The torch alight. Finish this. End it now.
Extra long horns? Oh yeah. That guy had some serious horns too, didn't he? Oh, there it is. I just gotta be on the other side. That thing is just waiting for me. Oh no.
Her father tried to help her, but she wouldn't. He was doing his best. She never, ever listens. Didn't she?
He was trying to save her from the darkness. Zinbor was right. Zinbel was trying to save her from the darkness. But she wouldn't listen. She never choose. And now everybody is dead.
Because of her. It's all her fault. All her fault. So weak. She should have known. She should have. Why doesn't she learn? What will she learn? She doesn't understand.
Now the darkness has Dillian's soul.
And it will take it and never give it back. She
She can search and search, but she will never find it.
Although Sigurd kills the dragon, Rian wants to keep Fafnir's gold all for himself. Rian also wants the strength and wisdom of the dragon, so he drinks its blood and asks Sigurd to roast Fafnir's heart for him. Sigurd does so, but when he touches the roasted heart to see if it is done, he burns his finger. Without thinking, he licks his finger and tastes the dragon's blood. In that moment, he understands the language of birds and hears them talk nearby.
Once she gets down there, she'll never come out. It's luring her down. The darkness will take her like it took her mother. Deeper and deeper. The beast knows. The beast knows exactly where she is. She's going for it. She goes with it, tracks Eggert. Plays into his hands. The darkness is coming. Wait. So clear. She was never here. It was all an illusion. The lights run out. She'll die. She has to do it. She can't. She'll die. She hasn't.
Great, it's only half of the symbol.
She can't.
Sigurd's newfound power lets him hear the birds speak. And they say,
And she'll die.
Sigurd should eat the heart himself. Rian wants Fafnir's gold. Sigurd should kill Rian before Rian kills him. Sigurd should find Brynhild the Valkyrie, who sleeps an enchanted sleep.
Sigurd heeds the bird's advice. He kills Rian, eats Fafnir's roasted heart, and takes Fafnir's treasure. And he embarks on a new quest, to ride to Hinderfell and find Brynhild the Valkyrie.
What's she doing? She's going to she's making light. She's making a fire.
She's got light on the other side.
She'll be safe. What's the plan? What's she thinking? She's going to get there.
I guess I gotta go through the waterfall. Yikes.
Now she can.
But I lit that light down there, so I should be able to make it. I hope.
Get up! Get up! What are you doing?
I know I'm gonna have to face him sooner or later. Alright, there it is. I have the symbol. sniping with a flashlight tonight. Is it getting a little creepy for you?
She can't help but think of him. A tender guiding flame in a world so black. The longer it burned, the more she convinced herself that there was nothing beyond its reach. How little separates us from what we fear.
And put her body within a rampart of burning shields. Only a man who knew no fear would ever reach her. But like me, Sigurd is fearless and passes through the flames, just as I did, and wakes the sleeping warrior girl. She teaches him the secret wisdom of runes, namely victory runes, ship runes, runes for persuasion, runes for truth, runes for healing and help, runes for perception and power.
Light night.
Like Sigurd,
Night.
the greatest young warrior of the North, you must learn the secret.
Please don't fall asleep with the TV on. You'll be hearing this and you'll be really freaking. Protect myself from the beast. You ever play a game called The Darkness? No, that's a creepy game. Oh, it's hands. I'm like, what the hell is that? Oh no. Oh no. My torch is gonna go out.
I hear you.
Come back to me, Shannon.
I'm coming for you.
Follow my voice.
I'm
Crap.
coming.
Crap.
Cillian, I see you. The beast has Cillian. No.
Oh no.
You're not taking it from me.
I warn you, Senua. I can smell your...
No.
You betrayed your god.
I am leaving with him.
You turned your back on me. That is why Dillion will rot in hell. Carve me to my shadow.
What the heck? This ain't fair. Ah, crap. Oh. Oh, 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 get up. Oh, he got me. No. I thought I had him. Really? Man, oh man. How much life is it? Got him. Got him. Whew. Boy, that was rough. Did I die?
Think of evil as an unnatural, invisible force, and so invoke the gods for protection. But evil can come from the hand behind the gods.
Man, that was trippy.
A familiar hand. Cold and cruel.
Yeah, it was.
He tried to fix her with his rituals. Kept her trapped in that hole. She couldn't say which was worse. The darkness.
Oh man, it's still growing
the
on my
monster
arm.
that her father had become.
The rat.
She couldn't fight them both. And so she left. Headed for the one ray of light that shone down on her. If she had stayed...
Oh, she found the skull.
She wouldn't have survived. But... maybe Dillian would still be alive.
I'm so sorry, my love.
This time, don't lose them.
She will save his soul. Even if this time she can't save her own.
I know, they were so small.
Forgive me, Senua. I know you have no reason to trust me anymore.
Listen.
But believe this. It was my mission to make you hate. To hate the darkness with a passion so great it would focus your mind on this quest. All this time, I wanted to protect you from the truth that would have destroyed you a long time ago. But you have conquered your darkness at every turn. You deserve to see behind the veil of darkness.
Then take me to the mountain. To trust him. As deep as we can go.
I won't stand in your way.
She has to trust him.
You will not survive what is in there.
I know.
She doesn't want to die. She has nothing. She has nothing. She's come this far. She wants to go forward. She wants this. She wants to save Dillian's soul. She must listen to the shadow.
Hella's Gate.
She's there.
Mother, I won't let the darkness trick me again. I know you're safe with the gods. I can feel Hella's gaze, searching for secrets inside of me.
Time to take her down.
That even I can't see. I'm not here to fight my past. I'm here for Dillian. I will fulfill my vow, whatever the cost.
No, she can't. It's too dangerous. Too weak. She has the soul. She is rotting. She is hated. She must defeat her. There is no way she can see it. The bridge. She can't cross the bridge. It's broken. She has to fix it. It's too dangerous. She's done it before. She can't fix it. She's done it before. She can. She can. She'll do it again. How will she do it? There must be a way. You have to try. She'll never make it.
The Northmen say the world will come to an end. They call this Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. First, there will be a terrible winter, 3 years long. Then, Mankind will turn on itself. Brothers will fight each other to the death, and people will forget what they owe their kindred. Times will be hard. Crimes will be great. It will be an age of axes and swords. The wind will blow through abandoned halls. Wolves will walk where children played. The world will fall into ruin.
The red ones must be the ones I haven't gotten. Looks like I missed quite a few. Wonder what you get if you find them all. Judgment Day. That's right. I'm the Terminator, and it's Judgment Day. Hasta la vista, baby. Let's see. What the heck am I doing? There we go. It's part of the bridge anyways. Come with me if you want to leave. It's not the tumor. Whoa. Oh, dang, where'd you come from? Jeez, too small of an area to be surrounded.
She won't make it. Behind you! He's down. Finish it. Finish it. Strike him.
Whew, I made it somehow. Holy crap, I thought I was dead.
What will she do? How's she going to find his actual soul?
Alright.
Where does Helen keep her soul?
Where was I?
How will she get it? What will Helen want in return?
The gummy leader?
No.
Yeah.
She cannot bargain with Helen. She's not strong enough to give her. What does Helen want? No one can bargain with Helen. What does Helen want? What can she give her?
Break off their horns.
She could give her her soul. No.
Beat them with it.
She will. It's a worthless soul. But it's all she has to give. She has a warrior soul. What more could she give? A cursed soul. Of course she is, no matter what she does. She can fight her. She can fight her and Ragnarok. She's a warrior.
Ragnarok.
She's Hela will want to fight her.
So all I have to do is complete that bridge.
Her soul is valuable. Hela, she can fix it. The bridge. She can't cross the bridge. It's broken. She has to fix it. It's too dangerous. She's done it before. You have to fight her. Be powerful. The final battle.
The final battle.
It's the final task. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. That's funny.
This isn't just a broken bridge, is it? Mother, you showed me how to see further. To see the hidden wonders in our world and explore new paths into the unknown. To lead so that others may follow, or to warn so that they may avoid. That is our gift and our duty. I'm not going to look away in fear anymore.
The final countdown.
The Northmen say the gods will fight their last battle.
Reminds me of that commercial.
They're
She's
watching
microwaving that burrito.
to be heard through the whole world.
And they're singing
and
that.
Odin will speak with the severed head of Mimir, which gives him good counsel. The land of the giants will thunder with the sound of their army on the move. The gods will assemble. The dwarves will leave their stones. The frost giants will come from the east. The Midgard serpent will turn up the waves. Eagles will scream and tear at the corpses with their yellow beaks. The ship of the dead will set sail.
Sounds like Lord of the Rings. Oh,
She can do it. She can.
there we go.
She can still see the secrets of the gods. She will be so special. She must see. She has the sight.
That's got to be a secret
She
doorway.
can seal their secrets.
You never got into Lord of the Rings? I like the first one, but the other ones after that just seem kinda, I don't know, forced. There it is. Oh, I got one piece of bridge left? Alright. Helera, I'm coming for you.
The Northmen say that at Ragnarok, the gods will face a ship full of their foes, which Loki has steered to Asgard. It carries the fire giants, the wolf that will eat the sun, and all kinds of dark creatures. Surt will join them with his sword of fire. The cliffs will crash. Trolls will walk the land. Men will tread the road to hell, and the heavens will split open.
Sounds like a party. I can't get through. Let's see here. Aha.
Northmen say that each god will do battle at Ragnarok. Odin will fight the monstrous wolf and be killed, but his son will avenge him and plunge his sword into the heart of the beast. Freyr will face Surt, but he had given his sword away for love, and without it, he cannot defend himself against the flames. Thor will smite the Midgard serpent to no avail. The sun will grow black, the earth will sink into the sea, the stars will disappear, fire and water will meet, steam will shoot up, flames will play against the sky, the heavens and earth and all the world will be burned, all the gods will be dead, and the warriors of Valhalla and the people everywhere. Senua, prepare yourself for Ragnarok, for it is nigh.
The rot is all the way up to my shoulder. I better not die too many more times. That'd be terrible to lose your game save at this point. Oh boy. Whoa! Whoa! Oh my gosh. Get up. Two of them. What the heck?
Finish this. End it now. You finished it.
Outside!
Man, oh man. That's it. The bridge is completed. What is that? If the rat gets all the way up to your head, there's no more continues. It deletes your save. You have to start over from the beginning. Not something you really want to do, right? Alright, Hella. Let's do this. Yeah, right from the beginning. Yeah. Oh, you weren't there when I first started the game up. It tells you if you die, all your progress is lost. If it gets all the way up to your head, the rat. And it's already up to my shoulder. Guess I should have known it wouldn't be that easy. Oh my gosh, they're everywhere.
Quickly get up, they're coming. She's hurt. She won't make it. She can still do it.
Man, oh man.
The path to hell. I can sense her. Where is she going? She's getting closer to hell. She's going to die.
Oh yeah, it's for real.
What happens when she...
At least I think. I don't know. It's
Wait. What? What happens when she dies? What happens to us? What happens to us? We die too. Do we die too? We die too. I don't want to die.
We'll all die someday.
I don't want to die.
And when everyone's gone, even the gods will die.
We don't want to die. I don't want to die. Senua, stop. Turn back. Stop. Stop. Why is she going? Stop. Senua, stop.
thanks.
Die. She wants to stop. 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 I don't want to die.
I'm sorry. I didn't ask you to be a part of me. If you don't want to die with me, then leave me alone.
I don't want to die. Please stop. 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 Please stop.
You'll never come back if you go there. There is nothing to go back to.
We only have each other now. Don't abandon me.
Everyone suffers. They were right about me.
Listen to me, not them. They were afraid. Like children scared of the dark.
So was I.
They made up monsters to fill the void. That doesn't make them real.
They made them real.
No!
Follow your soul and let go of the Senua of old. For there lies your weakness, and the darkness will find it.
It's not like the old stories, is it? The noble warrior facing evil in search of victory and honor. Clear dividing lines. No. Oh, this place is not quite like that. It's as if it knows that true torment lies within. Memories you cannot defeat.
Those red ones are the one I missed. So I missed some of the story.
This is her hell.
Huh. Wonder if it makes a difference for the ending of the game.
Mother! Don't be like this. No! Turn away, Senua! Turn away, Senua!
You see it, Senua? You see the darkness, faces of fear and suffering.
You can see it.
I remember it clearly now.
She has nothing to fear anymore. The gods have saved your mother. Through my hand.
You killed her.
It is the will of the gods.
Fuck the gods! You did this to her! Why?
This is what happens when you listen to the voices of the underworld. They crawl into your soul and rot you from the inside. Defy the gods like your mother, and the darkness will come for you too. You understand, Senua?
I do understand.
You cursed me with your own madness. I was just a child. You created this darkness! You created this darkness so you could hide behind it!
Only suffering brings salvation. It is the way of the gods.
It was all a lie. You are a lie! She didn't defy the gods. She defied you. And so you killed her.
You didn't pray to the gods. You prayed to your mother. Your mother, who was too weak to fight the darkness and abandoned you.
You tortured her. You killed her. You are the darkness.
Those rituals, the years of isolation, the pain that still haunts you. It was the only way to fight the curse within you. The darkness is inside you and it will destroy you.
You're a liar!
No, Senua. The darkness is here. You cannot wish it away. And it will watch as you draw your last dying gasp.
I won't let you kill me! Ah!
Oh, jeez.
Watch out! Behind you. Careful.
see through your darkness. You're a liar and a murderer. And if you really are Hela, then I have a sword here that can kill a god.
Look at you. Running forward, moving backwards to wallow in your evil past. You're making a mistake searching for Dillion. The same mistake that killed him in the first place. I tried to save you from yourself. You saw them that is a lie. The plague of darkness, the butchering of Dillion by the Northmen. You saw it yourself.
You told everyone I was cursed. They believed you. I believed you.
Yep.
Tell me, Senua, where is Dillion's soul if the darkness is a lie? How you saved him?
He's here. I know he's here.
That's right. Don't give up.
Dillion, I know you're here. Hold on. I'll find you.
Oh crap. Oh jeez.
Watch out.
Ah, jeez. Try to fight one, I get blindsided by the other.
Careful. Watch out. Watch out.
Ah, jeez.
Dillion! Where is he? You're trying to trick me again with your lies. I know he's here. You took him from me. You have him.
Dillion is gone. Dillion is dead. Let him go now. I'm warning you.
Or what? What can he do to me that you haven't already? Fight me. Come on.
You betrayed your own father. You betrayed the gods in search of Dillion, in search of love. Look where that's got
Holy
you.
crap.
Let go of your brother. Let go of redemption. Let go of Dillion. Don't let your darkness hurt anyone else.
Behind you.
Jeez, I got nowhere to move. I'm completely surrounded. Oh,
Let go, Senua. Let go of your battle. You're killing yourself. Behind you. Stop. You're killing yourself.
oh.
Let go of Dillion. Let go of your battle. Killing yourself. You're going to die. Let go. Go, Senua. Watch out. You're going to die. Behind you. Behind you. Watch out. Behind you.
Oh.
Let go of your battle.
Get up.
You're going to
I think I'm supposed to die.
killing yourself.
Oh, jeez.
Stop. You're killing yourself. Watch out.
Oh, jeez.
Careful, Senua.
Get up, senor.
Behind you. You're killing yourself. Behind you.
No.
You're killing yourself. Watch out. Behind you.
Oh, jeez.
Let go, Senua. You're going to die. You're going to die. Watch out. Watch out. Let go of your battle.
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to die. That's why I need to keep respawning. Oh, there it was. Hey, I think I put up a good fight. The final battle. I guess I lost. Whew. Man, that was rough. Yup. Guess I wasn't supposed to last that long. Yeah, I think I did alright. That lasted a pretty long time.
And you never took him from me, did you? And I can't save doing it. Is that what you want me to believe? After all you've done to me? And to him? You're not a lie, but you're a liar! You crawled into me to confuse me and deceive me. But I know he's here. I know you have him. I'll give you my life. That's what you want, isn't it? My soul. Take it. I'll be your slave for you. I'll fight with you at Ragnarok. If you release it. Because I've got nothing left. No fear. No hate. No quest.
have no power over me.
Oh! She asked for it.
I learned the hard way to not be afraid of death, Senna. Because a life without loss is one without love. You turn your back on death, and all you can see is the shadow that it casts. The longer you hide from it, the longer the shadow grows until all you can see is darkness. When our time comes, we must look death in the eye and embrace it as a friend. Only then can we let go of our fear. And emerge from our darkness.
Never forget what it is like to see the world as a child, Senua. Every autumn leaf is like a work of art. Every rolling cloud a moving picture. Every day a new story. We too emerge from this magic, like a wave from the ocean, only to return to the sea. Do not mourn the waves, the leaves, and the clouds. Even in darkness, the wonder and the beauty of this world never leaves us. It is always there, waiting to be seen again.
This is where my story once began. And so it has to end here.
Everything's different.
Because I cannot see further than this.
So she lived?
Follow us. We have another story to tell.
My friend. Go with her.
Ah, so it's Hela
This
that
now
died.
will be your story to witness.
Huh.
Goodbye.
Well, already then.
I know it's hard to tell how mixed up you feel.
Well, that was interesting.
Is behind every door. Each time you get hurt, I don't want you to change. 'Cause everyone has hopes. You're human after all. The feeling sometimes wishing you were someone else. Feeling as though you never belong. This feeling is not sadness. This feeling is not joy. I truly understand. Please don't cry now.
I noticed that it counted all the story posts that I had before I entered the final battle there. I wonder what happens if you actually find them all. I wonder if there's a different ending. Huh. Well, either way, that was a pretty good game. What did you think?
Well, this is something else. Who would comprehend? But some that do lay claim divine purpose. This is them. Well, that's not what I believe, and it doesn't matter anyway. A part of your soul ties you to the next world, or maybe to the last. But I'm still not sure. But what I do know is to us the world is different as we are to the world. I guess you would know that.
Yeah, I liked it. It's pretty good for an indie game.
I want you to stay. I'm begging you, please. Please don't leave here. I don't want you to hate for all the hurt that you feel. The world is just illusion.
Mental health advisors. That's too funny.
I want you to stay. I'm begging you, please.
I think I need to see a mental health expert after playing this game.
I don't want you to change for all the hurt that you feel. This world is just illusion, always trying to change you.
Definitely not. Thanks to the ninjas. Thank you, ninjas.
Please don't go. I want you to stay. I'm begging you, please. Please don't leave here. I don't want you to hate for all the hurt that you feel. The world is just illusion, trying to change you. Please don't go. I want you to stay.
Yeah, definitely fits the game, the narrative and the story. Yeah. Yeah, it's not that long of a game, really. I mean, yesterday was 3 hours, and I don't remember what time I started tonight. I think it's been about another 3 hours, so close to it. So, yeah, I guess it's probably about a 6-7 hour game. That is pretty short. If you would like to find out more about psychosis and mental health difficulties, visit HellBlade.help. That's funny. Yeah, I'm getting there. I got up pretty early this morning. Came over her hell. She said, "What the hell?" Contains spoilers.
Stormy seas and lost souls.
Who is it?
She's dreamt of this before.
It's coming. Is it?
They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts,
Yeah.
and fears.
Hopefully it ain't this
Seen
game
by
that
her in her eye.
makes people go crazy.
But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake? And we only see what our inner eye creates for us. Is this what hell is? A world
Oh wow,
shaped
that
by
good, huh?
Senua's nightmares.
Yeah, it's funny because when I bought it, I didn't even know nothing about it.
Maybe that's why people fear seeing
I was
horror
just like, this looks
films.
interesting, and I just bought it.
Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours.
Yeah, a lot of crazy people out in the world.
HellBlade: Senua's Sacrifice is a video game about Senua, a Celtic warrior on a vision quest into Viking territory. But what sets our hero Senua apart is that she suffers from severe psychotic mental illness.
He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting. They're watching.
The original idea for HellBlade was to create a classic hero's journey, a journey of suffering, but one where the fantasy world is not another planet or alternate universe, but a world that is constructed in Senua's mind. But to do so would mean putting psychotic mental illness at the center of the experience, a subject that is still considered taboo, and a challenge that was both terrifying and exciting in equal measure. In HellBlade, the starting point was a newly discovered Celtic goddess called Senuna in Ashwell, Hertfordshire. When first discovered, her name was thought to be Senua, a name which I liked and kept. I wondered if Senua might have been a Celtic warrior like Boudica who stood up to the Romans. While the Romans had conquered all of Europe, there was a group of Celts up in the furthest reaches of the Roman Empire that could not be conquered, the Picts. And so the Romans built a wall called Hadrian's Wall that spans across Britain from sea to sea to keep the Pictish barbarians at bay. The Picts were known for their war paint, painted on with woad, and their matted hair clumped with lime. And so Senua would be a barbarian Pict in this image.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't live home much.
Oh, Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait.
Orkney is off the coast of Scotland and was inhabited by the Picts, steeped in history and mystery, and so I made Orkney Senua's home and set the stage for a crisis. In the late 8th century, the first Vikings landed on the Orkney Islands. The population of the Picts crashed thereafter, replaced by the Norsemen of the 9th century. Were they wiped out? We don't know for sure, but it would seem likely given the reputation of the Vikings. The Northmen's brutality is legendary. High-ranking leaders and chieftains of the tribes they conquered were often offered as sacrifice to their gods. The most brutal of these sacrifices was known as the Blood Eagle. I imagine Senua as a young female warrior who returns home from exile to find her partner, Dillion, brutally sacrificed to a Norse god by these hellish warriors from a faraway land.
Who doesn't like Vlad the
I
Impaler?
imagine the horror of this moment and how it would have dragged her deep into mental torment. came to learn that the Celts had a sophisticated and nuanced perspective on the nature of mental disorder. One term they used was Gelt. A Gelt is a man or woman who has been driven mad by a curse, battle trauma, or grief. The Gelt would take to a life in the woods in search of penance, punishment, and purgation. And so Senua became a Gelt, cursed by darkness, looking for redemption in the wilds. Another word the Celts used in reference to mental disorders was druth, meaning fool, or liar, one who utters the words of God. They tell of the mad sinner who flees battle into exile and takes on a beastly nature, growing feathers on his body. The character called Druth in HellBlade is based on a little-known person called Findan, an 8th century Irish Celt who was captured and enslaved by the Vikings, but eventually escaped to Orkney where he became a monk.
I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Upon meeting Senua, it would be his stories that fuel her quest deep into their world of gods.
Yeah, they did a good job of picking people for these parts.
The sun will grow black, the earth will sink into the sea, the stars will disappear, fire and water will meet, flames will play against the sky, the heavens and earth and all the world will be burned, all the gods will be dead, and the warriors of Valhalla and people everywhere. Senua, prepare yourself for Ragnarok, for it is nigh.
So the stage was set for a new adventure, a journey into the Norse underworld called Hell, a vision quest fueled by madness and myth, a fantasy that was created by Senua's own mind, and one that we would experience through her eyes.
This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
To make a game about a warrior with psychotic mental illness as its central theme was fraught with danger. Mental illness, such as psychosis, is still taboo and rarely acknowledged in a century of cinema, never mind the new medium of games. Where it does feature, it often conflates psychosis and psychopathy associated with a lack of empathy. It is unfortunate that these two words sound so similar that they are used interchangeably in media. I must admit that I didn't have to look very far to discover my own ignorance of the subject. So we reached out to Paul Fletcher, psychiatrist and professor of health neuroscience at University of Cambridge.
Psychosis is a descriptive term, and it refers to having a loss of contact with objective reality. So it's characterized by two main sets of symptoms. One of them is hallucinations, where somebody experiences perceptions when there is no actual objective thing out there to perceive.
Who are you?
And the other is delusions, where somebody comes to very often bizarre, unpleasant, frightening beliefs when there's no good evidence in favour of them.
There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim, and the goddess Hela holds his soul there.
We reached out to Welcome, a biomedical research charity that spends billions on research and awareness programs aimed at improving health.
Mental health hasn't always been presented in the media in a way that is particularly helpful. It can be challenging to engage people with the subject matter, and there are a lot of preconceived ideas about mental health, and particularly schizophrenia and psychosis. So we hope our support allows the team to continue to collaborate with Paul Fletcher and with those who have experience of psychosis to create a game that provides a fresh perspective on the condition and allows audiences to engage with it in a way that just wouldn't be possible in any other medium.
What started out as a brief consultation convinced me that we were only scratching the surface of an immensely deep and interesting subject that could enrich and change the very nature of the game.
That's cool. Thanks so much for coming here. Pleasure. Thanks. It's really interesting for me. I'd love to be involved. I think it's fascinating.
Our understanding of psychosis is still very much a mystery, and ways of treating it are still primitive compared to physical illness.
Welcome, person who just joined.
It's easy to see the pain and suffering caused by physical diseases or physical
He's like, what the
trauma.
hell are they watching?
It is not so easy to see the mental suffering and trauma of severe mental illness. But what if we could find a way to see it? Games are capable of drawing you in for hours on end, playing the role of a character who is different from you, experiencing their perspective, and actively involving you in a world that functions with a different set of rules. If we were to represent Senua's psychosis, we would have to simulate voice hearing, a common attribute. But how can we simulate something we have no first-hand experience of? Professor Charles Fernyhough, a leading expert in voice hearing from Durham University, offered his help.
Hearing voices is an experience that is usually associated with severe mental illness, and crucially we know that hearing voices is a part of ordinary life for many people who don't meet the criteria for
Yeah,
mental illness.
I guess if I walked in on this, I would probably be what?
Oh, it's not him in real life.
We know voices vary according to where they appear in space. Voices can appear far away in the distance, they can appear right there in your ear, they can seem to be coming from inside your head.
Based on the information
there's the
Professor
voice girls.
Fernyhough provided, I put together a sound brief and invited some actors to the studio. We recorded the actors using a binaural microphone, which records the 3D spatial position of sound, replicating the way sound is heard by human ears. It gives you an incredible sense that the person you are listening to is right there beside you. Rachel Waddingham from the Voice Collective came to our studio with 2 young voice hearers to speak to our team. We talked at length about their experiences and they listened to our tests, giving us feedback on how we could improve on it.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
It's very hard to represent what this experience is like, partly because it's such a personal, intense, emotional experience. It's testament to how Ninja Theory have been listening to what the researchers are saying, but also, crucially, listening to the experts by experience. What they've come up with is so compelling. It's by far the best representation I've heard of what these experiences are like.
Other common attributes of psychosis are visions and flashbacks. We met with Recovery College East, who work with and care for people recovering from severe mental disorders. A group of service users gave us their first-hand account of what they experience.
Sometimes when the vision or what we're seeing is too much, it becomes more difficult until eventually we perhaps don't see anything.
The people we spoke to, the stories they told, were fascinating, harrowing and mind-boggling. The reality of what people experienced was vivid, far exceeding what I could possibly have imagined. We went away itching to represent some of these visions and flashbacks in the game.
Hands will know my heart is so, love is so far away. Don't know how I wanna feel deeper. I could never know how you grow, all these days are killing me. Now I see deep in me insanity does unfold. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper. Hands will know my heart is so, love is so far away. Don't you know how I wanna feel deeper? I could never know how you grow, all these days are killing me.
No, me neither.
Read like this, I just wanna live, that's all. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper.
I wonder if it's from the psychosis or if because they're just heavily medicated.
To refine our work, we continue to hold meetings with Recovery College East over the course of a year and a half, showing them what we had achieved so far and refining the in-game representations based on their feedback. With their help, flashbacks, visions and changes in perception were woven into the story and gameplay of Senua.
The students that are involved in this project are incredibly describe the experience as being important because it values their lived experience and shows that despite what we have been through, all of that experience becomes valid, that actually it's something that we should all be talking about.
The experiences described range from beautiful to frightening beyond comprehension. I heard of a girl who has to live with an angry voice screaming at her, slamming on her doors and walls 24 hours a day. I met someone who would often see hanging corpses in the room, so real that she would sometimes try to rescue them. The panic and fear that comes with such visions is entirely understandable, and it can be a living horror for some.
Worthless, weak, pathetic. Go on, feel sorry for yourself, because there is no one left to do that for you.
I was urged by one fellow that we should not shy away from showing this horror, and so I was perpetually torn in making HellBlade. Had we gone too far with our representations, or not far enough?
Broken and lost. Just like your soul.
Come on.
In some ways, voice hearing and visions were the low-hanging fruit, so to speak. There's another aspect of psychosis that is much harder to explain, but one that I think video games are uniquely able to represent, which are often called delusions.
People begin to see patterns in the world. They begin to link things that most people wouldn't link. Most of the things that we might think would be coincidence or, not worth commenting on. Nevertheless, that might have a particular salience or importance for them.
One individual described how everyday words, sounds, colours and objects were steeped in meaning to him, forming a strange and sinister puzzle that he was determined to solve but could not quite get to the bottom of.
It's not just brain dysfunction. It's not like the system shut down. It's actually an incredibly creative process. The person creates a world populated with voices and phantasms and terrors, and they're completely immersed in it. They believe in it.
We often invite people into the studio to play the game. In one of our playtests, they played through much of the game, making associations between runes, secret messages, and the threat of darkness that stalked them. There are many things that happen in the world of HellBlade that make perfect sense within the context of Senua's mind. The dark rot that's killing her slowly from within, the secret runes of the gods that block her path to Helheim, and strange associations that exist in the game to confuse you. To complete Senua's quest, you have to internalize and accept the logic and meaning behind these things to progress. Afterwards, they said that they didn't see much evidence of mental illness in the game. People with delusions of all sorts would argue the same thing, that they are not aware of their experience being abnormal in any way.
I need this sword. It's important.
Representing perception changes and thinking patterns within HellBlade gives us a set of symptoms common in psychosis. But people with lived experience were keen to emphasize another point, that it is wrong to define a person by their symptoms. Quite often, the illness comes not from the symptoms, but from the stigma, isolation and mistreatment that comes about from the rest of society.
They say that I'm cursed. What if they're right?
I needed someone to portray Senua, someone who could believably internalize her suffering. Melina Jurgens, our video editor, had been a stand-in for Senua over a few months while we perfected our motion capture techniques. Without realizing it, she had already auditioned for the role, and I knew her well enough to know that I didn't have to teach her to act, but to relive her own internal pain. As often is the case, those who have suffered mental anguish are never far from us. My hope is that by creating a compelling and aspirational character in Senua who feels very much real, albeit in a fantasy setting, we can provide a lens
So you
into
just
her
happen to
reality,
have a crazy
a
person
different
on
one to
staff and
yours.
thought, hey,
And this is where
she'll
storytelling comes
be
into
perfect
play.
for the part.
I imagined her
LOL.
life based on common threads in real people's lives. She was always prone to psychosis as a child. Her mother Galina also heard voices and had visions, so perhaps there was a genetic aspect. Or perhaps it was cultural, as she lived within a world without science, of gods and a superstition, as exemplified by her druid father Zimbal. Psychosis developed in her late teens to early 20s and was exasperated by stigma and isolation at the hands of the clansmen and her father.
This darkness. It's spreading.
The trauma of seeing her lover Dillian sacrificed tips her over the edge, making her remodel her reality around a concept that connects everything: the darkness. So the question, is what Senua experiences real? Can only be answered by saying, yes, it is real. It is her reality.
All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
towards the end of the project, service users and professionals that had collaborated with us were invited to see the near-final game. It was a chance to see if the game had reflected their views or if it had misrepresented them.
For me, being involved in especially developing Senua's character has been really important, and being able to bring in my perspective and what I see and what I hear, and having that built into the game has been a real privilege. It's gritty and it's meaty, and there are some tough subjects in there that are being tackled with honesty.
I was blown away by it today, absolutely blown away. It was just fantastic to get the opportunity to use our lived experience in a very creative way. There's nothing tokenistic about the work we've put in. It feels like we've been listened to, things have been taken on board, and I think there was a lot of realism in the game itself. And it feels very
Exactly.
authentic.
HellBlade will give people a good experience of what it's like to hear voices and have those experiences. I'm glad that the guys at Ninja Theory kind of asked us to come along and help them build an experience that's positive when it comes out, and get myself a copy and have a go.
I think all the way through I was really inspired by how the conversations have translated into the game in a way that I think I didn't imagine was possible. So wonderful, really wonderful.
I really hope that others will follow the lead they've set and use the power of something like a video game to change people's perceptions, to increase understanding, and ultimately to make some of the stigma around voice hearing and other experiences go away.
For me, it was really exciting to see something that I explore scientifically being represented so beautifully in a character who's trying to penetrate the mysteries of the environment in which they've been placed, with all of this strange uncertainty and noise and conflicting information that they're getting. I'm very excited by this way of trying to represent mental illness, because I think it actually might be offering us insights that we wouldn't get from pure scientific explorations, and actually giving us quite an empathic view of what it might be like.
Mental illness has been with us for as long as we have been on this planet, but why? Why hasn't evolution stamped out this weakness from within our gene pool? I often pondered this question until I realized that the question had an inbuilt flaw. It assumes that being and thinking differently is a weakness. The only reason we have computers, spacecraft, medicine, poetry, art, and yes, even video games is because individuals are able to simulate new abstract realities in their minds and share them with the rest of us. We need people to be willing to see differently in order for us to progress and survive as society. And we need to be open to these new ways of seeing. And it is this spirit that motivated me to create Senua's story and share it with you.
Well, that was cool. Alright. There's really nothing left, so I guess I'll end it here. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Yep, anytime.